Welcome to SOS for Your Life, Emergency Wisdom for Everyday Life. I'm your host, Susie St. Angelo, and thank you for being here today. Today is a solo mini episode called How Are You Sleeping? This podcast is for you if you know you want to change something. Maybe it's your career, your health, or another aspect of your life. You might wonder if this is the right stage in life to make a change, and you don't know how to start. Or are you the person who is afraid to take that first step caught in analysis paralysis? I see, I understand, and I used to feel the same way. Now let's get into today's episode and today's question. Here we go. I wake up in the middle of the night. I'm tired, but I don't have time for a nap during the day. Do you have any suggestions on how to improve my sleep? Well, that's a reoccurring question these days, and I hear it often. First of all, I'm no sleep expert. I struggle to find the right balance with my sleep. I do know that stress, food, and alcohol consumption, travel, life changes, etc., can affect my sleep and can affect restful nights and productive days. I'm sharing some of my helpful tips in the hope that you will realize that you're not alone, and so that you can have a better concentration, a better mood, better eating habits, and a calmer state of mind. Second, I want to share a podcast with you that I found helpful. 5 people recently suggested I listen to Dr. Andrew Huberman. So I did. I listened while I was on a cross-country road trip and wished I could take notes. It's a 6-part series on sleep. They're long podcasts, so be prepared. However, it's fascinating and important information that everyone can use. The podcast is called The Huberman Lab, and Dr. Andrew Huberman hosts Dr. Matt Walker, the leading expert on sleep. Check it out and let me know what you think. Now back to your question about sleep. Ask yourself the following questions. 1. Can you identify a change in your life that corresponds with your recent lack of restful sleep? How many hours of sleep do you feel your best? 2. How many hours of sleep do you feel produce your best day? 3. What are you willing to change to get that optimal sleep? And 4. Do you fall asleep easily and wake up in the middle of the night? Or do you struggle to shut down your brain, getting frustrated by the minute? Here's some things that I've tried. Remember, every person is different, so I'll share my techniques, but understand that this is a trial and error process. Okay, so if you must choose between exercise and sleep, choose sleep. You'll be a safer driver, feel less pain, and you really will be more clever. Look at your morning and evening habits. Dr. Walker recommends taking 15 minutes to be outside in the sunlight to reset your circadian rhythm in the morning. If you can't do 15 minutes, then can you start with 5 minutes and work your way up? This next one is a hard one. Try not to consume caffeine for the first 90 minutes of your day. Ugh, I know this one was hard for me, so I started small with 30 minutes, then 45 minutes, then 60 minutes, etc. Now, there are days I cannot wait. I'm either too tired from the night before, or I'm meeting someone early for coffee. It can be done, and normally I start with a glass of water first and then ease into caffeine. Dr. Walker also talked about naps. If you feel like you're getting sleepy in the late afternoon, don't take a nap. It'll interfere with your sleep schedule. Try to fight it off, push through it, and if you can, take a nap earlier in the day. Just limit your naps to 20 minutes, set a timer, and remember, if it's too long, it's going to interfere with your nighttime sleep. Set a stopping point between use of electronics and sleep, and leave your devices out of the bedroom. And speaking of light, resist turning on the bathroom light if you have to do a bathroom break. That can signal to your brain that it's time to get up. Room temperature is another biggie. Dr. Walker recommends a 65 to 69 degree temperature in your room. And surprisingly, warm or hot showers and baths before bedtime only elevate your body temperature. So try a cold shower. I know, it sounds crazy, but give it a whirl. Try journaling. If you have an active mind like I do, it's helpful to prune those thoughts before bedtime. Add some light music to wind down, and you might just find you sleep a little better. Put a notebook in bed on your bedside stand in case your active brain needs to write something down in the middle of the night. I know it helps me. Reading something boring helps too. Maybe not too boring, but you get my point. One lady shared that she likes to read the Bible because it puts her right to sleep every time, and it works for her. I was once told that I wake up at certain times because my liver is detoxing, and the trick to changing that was to consume water before bed. I kind of shook my head and said, "What? Aren't I going to need to use the bathroom?" Yes, at first I will, and I did, but it got better with practice. So pay attention to your body and start tracking these things. And that way you'll have a better way to speak to your doctor or know for yourself what's working and what's not. Speaking of which, track your sleep, whether it's on your phone or your watch or ring. Look for patterns. And finally, if you realize that your sleep isn't improving, it might be time to check in with your doctor, and perhaps a sleep study is necessary. So here's your SOS. Start today by changing just one habit that might be affecting your sleep. An easy one to do is to shut down your phone and iPad an hour before you sleep. And avoid watching scary or disturbing movies, as that can also influence the quality of your sleep. Another one is track your sleep, whether it's on your phone or your watch, and look for patterns. Just one habit this week, and add another one when you're ready. It's that easy. Here's wishing you sweet dreams. Well, friends, sadly, that's all the time we have today. Thank you for listening to SOS for Your Life, Emergency Wisdom for Everyday Life. Today's episode was all about sleep. You can call it a 101 if you wish. Quick reminder on how you can support this podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. Send me a review or any question you might have, and your question might be featured on an upcoming episode. Follow me on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And if you'd like to be added to my weekly email newsletter, send me your email address. I'm happy to include you. And reach out to me if you're interested in learning more about coaching and breathwork. Until next time, take care and see you soon.